In Formula One, winning the individual title actually means nothing when it comes to a cash prize. Welcome back to Formula 101, the basic series where I'm teaching you everything you need to know to get into the pinnacle of motorsport. Formula One has two championships, a team championship, which we call the Constructors' Championship, and an individual championship, which we call the World Drivers' Championship, or WDC. While Formula One is a team sport, it's also an individual sport. Currently, Formula One has 10 teams with 2 full-time drivers each, and Formula One operates on a point system. Every Grand Prix, the top 10 finishers earn points. Every driver who finishes 11th through 20th earns nothing, and you'll hear that referred to as finishing outside of the points. Points can also be earned during sprint races, which are a shortened version of our Grand Prix. However, as they are shorter, they also earn you less points. This year, we have 24 race weekends, which means that we have 24 opportunities for drivers to earn points by crossing that finish line. The Drivers' Championship is determined by the individual points earned by each driver all season. In our current grid, 3 different drivers have won the World Drivers' Championship before. But even though we put a lot of focus on individual drivers and their successes, all of the prize money that can be earned is earned by winning the Constructors' Championship. And we determine who wins that Constructors' Championship by the tally of the points combined by each individual team's drivers. So, for example, McLaren, our Constructors' Championship this year and last year, has 2 drivers named Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. For their Constructors' Championship total, we add up the points that are scored by both of those drivers. And should there have been an issue where one of those drivers had to be replaced for a weekend by a reserve driver due to illness or other issues, the points that were scored by that reserve driver would count toward McLaren's Constructors' Championship total. And where you finish the Constructors' Championship is worth millions of dollars. At the end of the season, depending on where each team finishes, every team 1 through 10 earns a percentage of the prize fund. The winner of the Constructors' Championship earns an estimated 14% of that total pot, and that percentage descends all the way down to 10th, which earns an estimated 6%. So last year's Constructors' Champions, McLaren, earned an estimated $140 million for winning that title. But the competition actually matters for everyone, not just first place. The difference between 9th and 10th last year was actually an estimated $9 million worth of prize money. So even if a team manages to win the Constructors' title before the season is over, like McLaren did this year, you'll actually see competition matter all the way to the very end. Not just for the individual title between drivers, but also for every position on the Constructors' Championship standings, because each position that you move up is worth millions of dollars. And while the World Drivers' Championship doesn't technically add to the earnings of the team overall, no season really feels complete without earning both. And that's part of why this season is so exciting to watch even with only 4 race weekends left, because we have a 3-way title battle for the WDC, and that's between McLaren's 2 drivers, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, and the reigning champion Max Verstappen. So that's a pretty basic breakdown of how the 2 championships and our point system work in Formula One. Be sure to drop any questions you have about the sport down below, and follow along for the rest of Formula 101.